Hello friends. So today I wanted to share with you just a quick clip showing you how I store my bags. I keep all of my bags stored in this shelf, and all of my bags fit on this shelf. So you can see I have some here, and then there's a third shelf, and I have some on a top as well. And that Dillard's bag has a tote and a wallet inside. So how do I manage? There are some pieces inside of other bags. So what you can plainly see in sight is not all that there is. There is more. And I continuously have bags that come and go. So I've mentioned this before. My personality doesn't fall in love with the bags. When I started getting bags, I started getting them because I buy and sell the bags. Yes, that means that there is a profit involved. So it's just something that I do as a little side hustle, I guess you could call it. And I think that my attitude because of that was that the bag doesn't belong to me. If the bag is posted to sell, then it's not really my bag. So generally I enjoy the bags that I have temporarily. I use them and then I pass them along, and that's that. I wish I was an octopus. I wish I had 8 arms, but I only have 2, and I'm really only going to carry 1 bag at a time. So that's my thought. I really don't mean that to be offensive, or I don't want to push my thinking on anyone, because I really do think that these material possessions are lovely. I enjoy them. Everybody likes nice things. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's just the way I see them. I also feel like everything. So obviously most of these pieces here are leather. I like leather. I like the quality of leather. I like shoes that are leather. I like bags that are leather. But when it's a leather item, it means that there is the component of a life. Even though it's an animal life, I still feel like that deserves its proper respect. So I think that if I took ownership, like personal ownership of everything that I have, I might feel like it's too much. Like this life that was behind this leather was taken for me to have this piece. And I don't know, it just, like I said, it's just a component of respect for life, respect for the things that God has created. So I do have a little bit of that behind me in my brain. However, I'm also not at the extreme of, I've heard people say fewer, nicer things, just having 1. I think that's a very nice thought. And I have gone through moments in my life where I've been quite minimal. Maybe not necessarily because I wanted to be, but because that's what I could afford, right? I don't feel like there's ever going to be one thing that's perfect. Like to say, oh, I'm only going to have this one and it's going to be perfect for every occasion. I don't believe that. I feel like we are always going to find another thing that's more perfect. And maybe if it doesn't exist this year, it will the next. And we will think like that's the most perfect thing in the world and that's the one we need. So I don't believe that there's anything that's perfect. So let me show you what I keep down below. So this is what I keep below. I have a bunch of dust bags there and a few purses that lay flat. This is my first Louis Vuitton bag. I've had other Louis Vuitton bags since. I had one, in fact, that I used continuously for a long time. I want to say, I honestly, I don't remember. A long time. And I sold it. So yeah, so that's what's down there. And I have a little bit of space to fit more. And let me show you how I store some bags inside of others. So I'm going to pull one down here. Okay, so here I have my beautiful ocean satchel. My husband loves this bag. So every time I'm thinking about posting it, he's like, you better not post that bag. He really, really likes this bag. But I do have some bags stored in here. So I have a couple of bags in here. So that's kind of what I do. I stuff bags inside of other bags, and you know, this helps this bag hold its shape and it protects the bags that are inside. So I feel like that's worked quite well for me, and it's also kept all of the bags that I have condensed, not all over the place, because I've made that mistake before where I just have them everywhere. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is how I store all of my cards and tags. So I like to keep track of them because if I'm going to sell one eventually, then I want to be able to pass on the tags and the cards ideally. And I've made the mistake of, you know, where did I put it? And I can't find it. And I know a lot of people keep them in the bags, but I like to use the pockets in the bags. So I don't do that. And I'm also afraid that the cards and tags will get damaged. So this is what I use. I just use an accordion style little envelope thing. And it has months, you can see. I used to use this for coupons, so I would put the coupons in the month that they would expire, but I don't do that anymore. However, I repurposed this little accordion style envelope thing to store all of my tags and cards. You can see I have the tags, the card, and the slip that came with the bag. And some of these hold more than one bag's worth of cards and tags, but I can generally find it. It's really not an issue. Maybe there's a better way even, doing them alphabetized, for example, or something, but so far this has worked quite well for me. And this is the bag that I am using today. I'm using my Denim Barlow Dooney Florentine bag with this beautiful Coach butterfly charm. Yesterday I was wearing a dress that really went well with this color. Somewhat of a fall colored dress. And so that worked out really nicely. And I have my bag in here with all of my things that I shared recently in another video. I just transferred that little bag over from Vera Bradley. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that was useful for somebody. I really, the envelope little file container that I have has worked beautifully for me for a long time. Stuffing bags inside of other bags, I don't know if that's the best thing for leather. I wouldn't say that my advice is good advice in the sense of what is the best thing for the bag. There may be others who have really done their research and know what is actually the best thing for the bag, what's the best thing for the leather, for the breathability, for it to get minimal exposure to light, so that it doesn't change colors. I'm not quite the right person to reference for that, but that's just what I do and what works for me. And giving you just one last look here at my little storage situation. Thank you, friends, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.